That's an amazing Atlas action right there. So that's the Cerberus Atlas. Amazing Atlas action right there. So that's the Cerberus Atlas. So that's the Cerberus Atlas. I'll talk a little bit more about that once he kills Reed. Once he kills Reed. So obviously the Cerberus Atlas there, really accurate on Roxas Breach Atlas there, really accurate on Roxas Breach. Popped a little bit of smoke to cover his defense. News on check for his defense. News on check. Reed firing away with the Matic. Reed firing away with the As always, we are poses a heavy threat. As always, we are still a heavy threat. So the Atlas also has amazing melee attacks. So the Atlas also has amazing. We've down the difficulty a little bit for the demo purposes, but usually that direct melee blow would be insta-kill. Usually that direct melee blow would. Good job. Good job. Cool. So that was the Cerberus Atlas. Essentially, what it is a giant heavy. That was the Cerberus Atlas. Essentially, what it is, the Cerberus turns at you. The coolest thing about it, later on in the game, the Cerberus Atlas moves around. You can actually kill the pilot. When you do that, you jump in it, and you can take the assault over the Cerberus using their own vehicle. So, what I'm going to do now is start answering some questions. What I'm going to do now, from the feed. All right, there we go. So we have, just for context, a number of people from the Masseffect dev team working at Gamescom. We've got some project managers, some producers, and some awesome QA guys. We're really happy with a lot of the questions we've seen. Oh, this is a good one. So this is actually for Reed. So which female shepherd do you want to see in the game, Reed?
Well, I'm pretty happy that we're doing
the one.
Well, no, I'm pretty happy that we're doing the second set of votes here for the new colors, because I really do like the traditional kind of female shepherd we have, the redhead with the longer hair that we started. Right?
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. The redhead seems to have now been the most popular vote.
Yeah, she's the classic.
I know. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I'm going to start from the top, make it easier. Options to customize the armor. So Jay asked that question. Yes, yeah, Jay. There's going to be definitely a lot of options to customize the armor. Piece by piece customization. Tints, things like that. A lot more personalization. We'll also have the ability to take off your helmets. Hey, that'd be pretty good. Yeah, we heard you guys on that for Mass Effect 2, and we definitely decided to bring it to Mass Effect 3. Master of Disaster asks, will we be able to change the class of Shepard we import from Mass Effect 2? Absolutely, you'll be able to do that. The only negative side to that, or the only downside, is that you will have to restart your character at level 1, but at the same time, all your story decisions and all the story choices from previous Mass Effect games will still come in, so it'll be basically as though you played the game, but you'll just have to start from level 1, as opposed to starting from the appropriate level if you don't change your class. So Mozzie asks, will Legion return with a more fleshed out role? And will he be our HK-47? like an ME2. Okay, well, you know what? Legion's coming back for sure. Obviously, there's a lot of unfinished business with Shepard and Legion, and Legion has a very significant stake in the Geth campaign and current issues with Quarians. So, if we want to tie those kind of story threads off, we'll definitely do that with Legion involved. So Carl Rieger asks, hello BioWare, I have an important question. Well, Carl, thanks for contacting us from the Mass Effect universe. Will it be possible to select the English language in the German version of ME3 because the original voices of the characters sound much more cooler? So I talked a little bit about the language switching. Our localization guy over there, he just had an angry face because we think the German Shepherd sounds pretty cool. We actually think all of the Shepherds sound pretty cool. The Italian Shepherd sounds pretty slick as well. Anyway, back to the question. Yes, we'll definitely have the ability to switch languages. Now, whether or not the English language in itself gets put on the German SKU is kind of we're still determining those things. But we want to be as inclusive as possible, and as many of the folks who want English language as their primary VO language with subtitles in their localized region, we want to accommodate as much as possible. Let's see what else we have here. So what else have we been showing at Gamescom? Actually, that's kind of funny. We've been primarily been showing this, and people who have been able to come and play it firsthand. There's obviously nothing like playing it, and if you still have a chance to come down here, if you're still in the area, come on down and play the game.
Well, we've also been showing the engineer for the first time.
Yes, we have been showing the engineer. Yeah, no, there was an echo. I apologize for that, guys. I'll speak a little slower just to counteract it. Did the guy who suggested that Shepard have a knife get a medal? Yes, he did. It's the Omniblade, by the way, not a knife. Shepard don't use knives. Will you be able to transfer your ME2 character to this game? What about ME1? Yeah, you'll be able to transfer your ME2 character to this game. You won't be able to transfer directly from your ME1 character, at least not based on what I know currently. I don't think so. Yes, so definitely, just like Mass Effect 2, you were able to bring in your character from Mass Effect 1. In Mass Effect 3, you bring over your character from Mass Effect 2. There's a lot of choices and decisions that you made in those games that you're definitely going to want to bring in, because it adds that much more personalization to it. So, Fail asks, what if I died at the end of ME2? I get that question actually quite a bit. So if you died at the end of ME2 and you somehow were able to do bad enough to kill everyone off, and you have an ME3 save with that, there may just be a special import for you. You're gonna have to wait, but yeah, we're aware of that special circumstance. So Googie asks, will Mass Effect 3 have more roleplay elements? That's what we're trying to build into it a lot deeper. So what we showed just a couple minutes ago in the demo with Reed, he pulled up the squad menu power system, and within each power, it's a lot more deep in terms of the customization levels you can go. So what that essentially means is if you have a soldier class and you basically build another soldier class, you can build them very differently based on your play style. If you want to be tactical, you want to play run and gun, it's really up to you.
We also have the new mod benches for further customization and combat, which are shaping up really nicely. There's a ton of mods in there, really cool.
The DLC model, Hated Greatness asks, the DLC model for Mass Effect 2 was perfect. Well, thank you. We tried. Will Mass Effect 3 handle DLC in a similar fashion? So obviously, you know, I'm going to give the run around here a little bit. Mass Effect 3 is basically our focus right now. We're planning out for DLC, but you know, the focus is still the main game. The focus is still completing it on time and making sure that it's as big as possible. You know, that said, yeah, the idea behind DLC to release very, very significant and deep, emotionally basically touching packs, we want to keep doing that. And we know that the fans appreciate it. We know that everyone thinks that it's a great idea, and we keep doing that. We also like to release smaller kind of micro content packs, you know, because we understand that many people, myself included, I know Reed does as well, like to download the smaller things and you know, customize their appearance of their Shepard, things like that.
Small things in life, right?
I know. How are you going to handle semi-squad mates? Semi-squad mates, I'm not really sure what that means. There's a lot of people who like Miranda. Eh? Every second line in this is, can you please tell me about Miranda? Or maybe it's the same person, just keep on spamming. Yep, it is. So Alexis, Miranda. Okay, Miranda is going to be back in ME3. Absolutely, without a doubt, she needs to be back. There's some unfinished business that her and Shepard have, and you know, if you romance her, there's definitely some more unfinished business. But is she going to be a squad mate? You know, I can't answer that. She may, she may not, but you'll see her somewhere. Will Shepard's Spectre status, if he was reinstated, mean anything in ME3? Yes, absolutely. So depending on whether you were reinstated or not, that changes. It's actually reflected in the game. Will the romance aspects of ME3 mean more to the story in the third game, or will they take a back seat just for fun, like the first two? The context of Mass Effect 3 is, you know, obviously the Reaper attack, the Reaper war, and it's really an emotionally tied story. Your squad mates, you know, kind of mean a lot to Shepard, and because of that, the relationships between you and them have deepened quite significantly. You know, we've added a lot more in terms of dialogue, a lot more, you know, organic relationship development, and really, I mean, in Mass Effect 2, with the number of squad mates that you had, we've reduced that down significantly in Mass Effect 3, which just really allowed us to deepen the relationships. So it's definitely a focus for us. Just a couple of repeat questions, so getting through them. So you said some squad mates are going to be on only specific missions, while some are going to be throughout the whole game. I was asking how you're going to handle leveling those semi-squad mates. Oh, okay. That's what you mean by semi-squad mates. So the leveling, you know, for squad mates that actually sit on the Normandy, sit out missions on the Normandy, do you know how that works?
Sorry.
So if you're not actively using a character, whether or not they level appropriately, I think it's going to work the same way it did in Mass Effect 2. I'm pretty sure about that. Will ME3 be moving